Hey guys, it's Hannah here. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite films of 2025. And there have been a lot, so this was a hard pick. I chose my top 5 of 2025. So here we go. We have the Oscars coming up, which I'm really excited about. Just keep in mind, I made this list before the Oscar nominations were out. So that's how impressive this is. Okay, my list is very impressive. I don't know about the other people or the other hosts. I don't know, but I think mine is pretty impressive. Okay, in no particular order, okay? If you guys want an order, I can give you an order. But right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to discriminate. These are all wonderful, wonderful films. So the first one, Hamnet, directed by Chloé Zhao. In this adaptation of Maggie O'Farrell's novel stars Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley, reimagining Shakespeare's family life through grief, memory, and quiet intimacy.
Is it true? You know everything about a person by touching them here?
Not everything. He's got more inside of him than any man I've ever met.
Who are you looking for?
William Shakespeare.
I have no talent for waiting.
The women in my family see things.
What do you see?
I see landscape, oceans,
You're having twins, my girl.
undiscovered countries. What do you wish to do, Hamlet?
I shall be one of Father's players.
Will you be brave?
Yes.
Will you be brave?
When shall we three meet again?
Our children's hearts beat. They smile, play. Never forget for a moment.
Mama.
They may be gone.
Mama.
My boy.
He lives not. You should go to London. That place in your head is now more real to you than anywhere else.
I am myself indifferent.
I am myself indifferent on it. Again.
Do you not wonder what is in it?
In what?
The play.
What shall I do?
Keep your heart open. Look.
To die. To sleep. Perchance to dream.
What do you see?
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Okay, I loved this film so much because if you are a theater person in any capacity, you'll know what I mean when you watch this film. It is so transcendent artistically and just in terms of grief too. Anyone who's experienced grief, but particularly a mother's grief and a woman's grief, right? And how that compares to her husband, who's this creative, and she's more of a caregiver, and he's more of a creative who needs to expel this grief into his work. Like that's just what he has to do in order to survive it, in order to cope, right? I think all artists, can relate to that, but it is very tragic, because I don't want to give too much away, but come on, guys, watch the movies of the year. What are you doing? But I won't spoil too much. But, it is a tragedy, right? Which is funny because Shakespeare tragedy, whatever, it brings this feeling of that first feeling, or that transcendent, like I was saying, that transcendent feeling when you're in the theater, not a movie theater, but a theater, and you're watching a play and you feel connected to these people and you're watching it in real time, and you look over at the people with you and the people in the audience and you're just one of them. And then all of a sudden there's a couple moments where it becomes like a hive mind of just togetherness and love and art, and it's fleeting because you know that it's not recorded. It will never be repeated the same way ever again. And you all are experiencing this together, and no one else will in the history of ever. And that is the feeling. I've never, ever seen that before on film. And it was done so perfectly. I really think this is a perfect movie. And there are very few perfect movies. I would also say Black Swan is a perfect movie, just to give you another example of a perfect movie objectively, right? Hamnet, objectively perfect, okay? And that's just my opinion. One more thing I do want to say about Hamnet is Shakespeare. It really makes Shakespeare a little more digestible for people, but also not at the same time. I'm so glad they didn't like dumb it down so like everyone can understand Shakespeare all of a sudden, or like get it, or like make it more relatable. They really didn't do that. She didn't do that. But I think it perfectly encapsulates how Shakespeare is just one language, and it can be interpreted in so many different ways, and no one Shakespeare performance is the same ever. And it's almost like a vessel for any sort of truth. You use the text and you can place that text in any circumstance, any situation, and you get it, and you just get it on this deeper level, even if you don't understand the text. And Hamnet, some people don't understand what the fuck they're saying or what the story's about, but you get it. Hamnet encapsulates that perfectly. And I've studied Shakespeare, so take it from me, a stranger. Thank you. So that's Hamnet. The next movie of my favorite films of 2025, there's 5 of them. This is Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler. This genre-bending horror film stars Michael B. Jordan in a dual roles, playing the twins, and blends Southern Gothic, folklore, and social commentary into something raw and confrontational.
For the summer time has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming. The wild mountain thyme grows around the blue river. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blue river.
Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon cool and crystal fountain. On it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go?
And we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blue river.
Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go?
So this movie came out early last year, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, it has always all year been my number one of like who's gonna win Best Picture, and I truly, to this day, it's gonna be Sinners. From the cinematography, the story, and the way that Ryan Coogler blends so many different genres like horror, thriller, gothic, folklore, like action, romance, drama, western, like a period piece. All of this together into this beautiful, beautiful film. I saw this movie so many times already. I think like 5 times. I saw it in IMAX. That is the only way to watch this film. And this movie, Sinners, made me understand what IMAX is and why it's important. Like, I saw it in a non-IMAX format when I was with my mom in the small town I'm from, and it just was not the same. It just wasn't the same. It physically did not hit the same at all. And I immediately regretted taking my mom to see the non-IMAX one. My mom was like, oh my gosh, this is so great, wow, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, you know the part. And she was like, what? Like, she was freaking out. So I also regretted kind of taking her in the first place. But I don't know, she was talking about it for a while after, how she was still thinking about it. So I think that's a good sign. Yeah, Sinners just has everything. It has everything that it needs to. And I just love that it's an original story from someone's mind now. And I just think that should win Best Picture. The use of music and sound, I think, is what really gets me. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So just everything about this film just seems so organic and not gimmicky at all. Just true, genuine filmmaking. This is my 3rd of Hannah's favorite films of 2025. And yeah, one battle after another. Can't go wrong with a little PTA meeting, you know? Parent-teacher association, can't go wrong. Personally, I think, oh man, come on, one battle after another, like, undoubtedly one of the best movies that I've seen in a long time. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It's an ensemble drama. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio and explores obsession, legacy, and emotional warfare through PTA's signature long-form character study.
What are you gonna do about this baby?
Just when you think you got a handle on things.
Now, I loved this film because the characters were just so lived in. I believed each and every one of these characters, and I did not see the actors. You can tell that the attention to detail in all aspects of this film. Sean Penn, one of my favorite actors, and he was unrecognizable. I could not believe my eyes and ears, like the way he talked, the way he moved, the way he walked, just the physicality of all the characters. Perfidia Beverly Hills, come on, like, what kind of name? That is the best name I've ever heard in my life. Tiana Taylor shook me to my core. I fell in love with her watching that, truly. So magnetic, just the most raw, instinctual woman. Oh my god, there are shots of Tiana Taylor in that movie that have been burned into my brain, and I will take that to my grave. I just loved that he took time to live in the story of, like, the before and their life before and then the now, and just seeing all of that before made it so much more impactful. What a beautiful, beautiful film. If I had legs, I'd kick you. I would. That is the 4th movie of Hannah's top 5 of 2025. So it's directed by Mary Bronstein and stars Rose Byrne. This is like a psychological dark comic drama, and this is also burned into my brain, and it dives into anxiety, motherhood, and the claustrophobia of modern life with brutal honesty.
Mommy, the bathroom has water in it. Go quickly!
I try very hard to be in control of her and everything, but may as well not even be there at all.
I don't like how it feels in my sock.
Just stay there, okay? Just hold on.
How deep is it? Are we gonna die? Is the house gonna fall on top of us? Mommy!
Hey, we just got home, and you would not believe.
We are out of time. I have another patient coming, so.
Wait, now? What about the 10-minute warning?
Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention.
You didn't respond to the email that I sent you about my dream.
I don't respond to my clients' dream emails.
Everything is under control.
I remember after I watched this movie, I called my mom and we had this really long, intimate conversation about just motherhood. And I'm not a mother, but I just sat on the phone with my mom and I was telling her, like, yeah, I understand. I understand what you went through a little bit better now as a mom. And I saw myself in the little girl. You know, like we all have treated our mothers poorly and drove them nuts as kids and teenagers and all of that, and I just understood it. I understood, you know, I saw my mom in Rose Byrne's character as well, and Rose Byrne, she really deserved that nomination. Truly. I think more people, I think the marketing for the film could have been a little better, but I think this is Rose Byrne's, you know, career-making film, and she's just so versatile. She can do anything. From this movie, I can see she can do anything, and it's so funny and it's so dark. It is so dark and really brutally honest. It really is. Like, yeah, sometimes, you know, my mom didn't like me, and I can make peace with that, you know, because what a mother goes through is, especially a single mother, right? Like, or someone who, what do you call it, like the primary parent, there's always like the one that does more. But man, they go through so much, and we put them through so much, and life puts them through so much, and they have so much pressure and responsibility, and this takes it, you know, to a level that, you know, there is nuance in it, but it is, you know, it's very in your face, and it makes you uncomfortable and sad and depressed and all of the emotions, you know, and that's on purpose, because that is exactly what she's feeling. And I love how visceral this film is, and what Rose Byrne does, she makes us feel everything that she's feeling, and the story, and oh my gosh, I was like, why aren't we seeing the kid's face? Well, first of all, it's not about the kid, right? It's about Rose Byrne. Truly understand a mother's love. Wow, that's why she's doing all of this. That's why she hasn't given up yet. That's what this is all for, right? It's all for her kid, you know? It's like, it's so easy to judge and to, you know, say she should do this or this or this, but then you see your kid's face, you know, and it just makes you keep going. And then she gets up. That is just the perfect choice that the director could have made. I gotta rewatch that movie. This is number 5 of, in no particular order. I didn't say that in the last couple. But Hannah's top 5 of 2025, Bugonia. I got to see this during AFI before everyone else. Hello, we are at AFI. So basically, we just saw Bugonia, right? It was so amazing. It actually came out the next day. But this visually driven art house drama leans into atmosphere, sensuality, and emotional restraint, prioritizing mood and subtext over exposition.
It all starts with something magnificent. A flower, then a honeybee. The workers gather pollen for the queen.
Good morning, Chloé.
Good morning, Michelle.
But the bees, they're dying. And that's the way they planned it. To make us the same as the bees.
Let's go again.
But it is not in control anymore. We are.
Yes, so this is a science fiction, dark comedy drama, in my opinion. Or is it science fiction? If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. It is a must-see. This movie is a spectacle, for a lack of a better word. Kept me on my toes the entire time. I had no idea where it was going, which is amazing, because that's exactly what the main character is feeling, right? Should I believe this girl? Should I not? She's in a position of power, but maybe I'm just crazy. And then at some moments he knows he's crazy, but he does things anyway, and then he really makes the wrong choices. But is he being gaslit, manipulated? Maybe not, maybe so. And then that horrible I don't know if I should give spoilers, but the theater, both times I saw it, the theater was like audible gasps all around. Also Jessie Plemons definitely was the best support, like the best actor this year in my opinion, and he wasn't nominated, and that is a shame. That is an absolute shame. I don't know why. I don't know. Very sad that he wasn't nominated. Jessie Plemons gives a performance of a lifetime. He's always fantastic in every single thing he's ever done. He is like, amazing man. He gives a devastating, shocking, desperate, empathetic performance that is so layered, and he's also so funny, and you can tell that he lived in that character. I believe, like, I know who that guy is, you know. You look at that guy, you're like, okay, I know, I just saw him walk down the street the other day. Like, that is a guy that we all know and wonder about, and he gives us a little peek into the life of that mysterious guy that you just wonder, you know, what he thinks about before he goes to bed. Yeah, Emma Stone, great as always. Man, this film, Yorgos, really did it. I think this is my third favorite Yorgos movie, behind The Favorite and Poor Things. Let me know where it's at on your list of Yorgos movies. I truly think that The Favorite is one of the best. Anyway, incredible. I really don't want to spoil it too much, so it is just a wonderful spectacle of a movie, so go watch it. I'm not gonna be the one that like gives it away here on whatever platform this is, so yeah. Sean, I don't know if you want to use that part, but hi Sean.